All right. So 1 year from now, July 20th, 2023. So this week, Parth and I just re-signed to stay at 757 North Orleans to be here for another year. And so this time next year, we would have either re-signed again, or I would have already made plans for what I'll be doing after moving out. The priorities that I'm working on right now for these next 3 months are to be a master closer in sales and in coaching, just a master closer, period. A master coach, started Go All In Agency last month. It's my first full month with it. Living, breathing, eating Gaia. And to be a master trader, I am on step 2 of my Top Step Trading Combine. And I have been at this step 2 since pretty much beginning of last year. I've passed it a few times, and I know I can be more consistent. Today was the first time I've given myself a 3-star rating on a trade out of 5 for the first time in many months. And I'm getting more clarity about how to be during my trading day. So a year from now, where do I think I'll be? Well, Go All In Agency will have worked with a startup team, will have helped launch, meaning helped generate revenues of over $100,000 for my clients. Wow. I'm starting doing that already now with my first client, Becky, and I'm doing a revenue share with her. So I'm not sure how that structure is going to be. Perhaps it's a revenue share, perhaps it's equity, but regardless, the revenues that I will have helped the businesses that I am working with to generate is over $100,000, meaning a net $100,000 gain from before working with me and after working with me. As a master closer, I would have sold $100,000 in profits for myself in selling solar. So the way that it's working out, the numbers, that would mean anywhere from, I don't know, 15 to 30 systems, maybe around 20 systems. So I'll be just working the rest of this year, as many Saturdays as I can, door knocking, and again next year as well, and perhaps even working with the team to help make sure that I do the things that will help me earn more money and more freedom and more impact. And as a trader, I also would have earned $100,000 with Top Step. Not necessarily what I pull out, but what I would have with my Top Step funded account. And that would average out to roughly around $8,000 a month, $2,000 a week. That would mean if I start now, if I start in a month or two, that would mean, yeah, maybe closer to $10,000 a month. And I can do that. I've shown that I can do that. And if I start to continue having 3-star trades, I know I can do that. But those are I'm just extrapolating my 3 priorities for the next year. Yeah, generating $100,000 in revenue for my clients, generating $100,000 in profits as a closer and also as a trader. Now, what are some things that I'm not foreseeing? Well, from an internal perspective, I know how much my breakup with Bianca has really affected me. And that's something that I wonder where I'll be in a year with that. It's still very present in my mind. I mean, so I have to say the last 2 days, I've had dreams with her in it. And I shared with Udeshanti that I'm just releasing, perhaps emotionally clearing those things. And the one last night especially was a little jarring. And I wonder where things will be in a year from now with me and her, with her especially too. And of course, I know this, that there's a part of me that's like, okay, there's something else to be done here on my end before I even reach out. And I have certain things that I know that will help me see that I am ready to reach out to her again, and reach out to her, not just to check on her, but to see how we can come together again, in a sense, but also completely differently. Or maybe by this time next year, I will have found someone else. All I know is the work starts within. And if it is me being with Bianca, it is because I believe so much about what me and her are doing, things that we don't know yet, that I'm just going to be so excited about, that I'm already excited about in some sense, but I just still don't know 100%. So the more I find out about what the vision is that I'm building, the more I can see how she fits in, and the more that I will invite, the more passionately and lovingly I can invite her to join me. Yeah, travel-wise, friends-wise, I'll have some weddings coming up, people that'll be meeting after a long time. Perhaps next month I might be starting Tasso. Perhaps I might be starting a new coaching thing to learn another modality to add to what I've already learned with self-concept, or what I'm continuing to learn with self-concept. When I get more freedom these next few months, financial freedom, that will enable me to spend more time reading and producing content, maybe even having a team that is going to work with me to get this content out, and enable me to even perhaps compile it into a book. I know that I want to do that sooner or later. And that's something that with the way things are going and the way that my financial situation is going to be, I'm going to reinvest everything that I make into myself and into just speeding up, slowing down to speed up. So I'm really excited about that, being able to double down on my investments and just being so ruthless about my time and knowing what I want. and being so comfortable in that. I mean, just compared to where my life was a year ago, right before I was about to leave to move to Chicago, right before I was about to leave Kansas City to come to Chicago, man, I mean, just a year has shifted so much. Of course, my financial situation is not where I, I want it to be, but it is exactly where it needs to be in terms of me and my spiritual path. So I'm really excited about that. That, okay, like act in Shraddha and go all in, and the rest will follow. I'm finding out what it means to be really committed, finding out what it means to be really humble, finding out what it means to really, truly love myself unconditionally, the freedom of unconditional love. So, yeah, that's it. There's a lot that I know I'm going to learn these next 12 months. I am committed to making the best version of myself come through, knowing that I am detached to the results, and the only thing that I can control are my actions and my thoughts. So that's it. I've outlined where I think my life's going to be in a year, July 20th, 2023, and on we go.